Nowadays, we have a lot of people with mental issues when it comes or to live the life or to make a bunch of things. So we still have a lot of people outside that feel lost. People need voice like me, like you, that making the gym sections. So people like me that love to talk with another people. So young men still need some voice like that. Welcome to
All
the show.
right. Yeah, thank you so much. So, first, I want to appreciate the opportunity to be on this platform. It really means a lot, regardless the distance. I'm far end Africa and you somewhere over there, but all thanks to technology, we actually made it happen, like you stated earlier. So that being said, so my name is Ven, and I'm a personal fitness coach, and aside that, too, I work as a product manager. I model, yeah, clothing and face modeling, and I've been helping lives individuals basically to be the better version of themselves, based off my own personal experience and the things I've learned over time, and which I'm still learning. Yeah, and like I stated, Vern, and I'm from Nigeria. I think I missed that. The best nation in Africa. Yeah, so and I I enjoy working out and other things that I do during my leisure time, which I'm still going to let make known on the course of conversation. Yeah, so that's pretty much about that about me for now. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
any other thing I'm going to let you know. Yeah.
So you are welcome, and you are welcome. And
Thank you.
yeah, so the first question is gonna be, but before I ask you that question, I would like to say some things. So
All right.
some research prove that the majority of men that go to the gym are not go to the gym properly. They just go to the gym just because they just have some issues, probably the heart broken, and probably some emotional situations. They say that actually the main reason that men try to go to the gym is not just because they wake up one day and they say that I will go to the gym just because I want to be in good shape. They just do it just because the girlfriend probably left or they see like the result from another people, like the people be in shape, and they decide, even though that decision is a little bit lazy, they say that I'm gonna take that decision just to change the way that people see me and the way that I see myself when I look on the mirror. So
Mhm.
what is the reason you take the gym? What is the reason you don't play soccer, probably basketball? Why the gym?
There are so many reasons why people go to the gym, but since the question is directed to me, and yeah, I play soccer, right? I play soccer, but um, so the first reason why I decided to take the gym as a thing, something that I have always loved as a kid growing up, right? Had people around me, the older men around me, based off the environment I was raised, people go to the gym, and I told myself that when I get to a certain age, I want to be strong as fuck. I don't know if I can use the F word, right? Permits me. All right.
Oh, yeah,
So,
we can
all
talk.
right. So, okay. So, I want to be strong. I basically want to be the best version of myself, right? And there is something that I've never shared yet, but I think this is a good platform for me to share that. Most of my friends, even close, pals, don't know this about me. So while growing up, my early stage growing up, I was a victim of bully. Yeah, I was a victim of bully because I was like this young, soft kid that didn't like trouble, right? And the people bigger than myself, I was an easy pick for them because they felt like I couldn't defend myself. I was vulnerable, and they could easily get away with things, right? And after that experience, which I never shared with anybody, but yeah, this is my first time putting this out. So I just told myself that, nah, I'm not going to be the kid or the man that people will get to ride on, yeah. So I just said to myself that moving forward, yeah, I want to be the danger, right? People should be scared of me when I walk past. People should look at me like, what the fuck is this nigga? You get? So who the fuck is this man? So I just took it upon myself that yeah, I want to be strong, I want to be fit, and above all, I just want to be that kid. I don't want to be that kid that was bullied when he was much younger. I want to be when my younger self look up to me now, he would be so proud of what I've done with myself and have moved from this scared kid that people can easily pick on to this man that people have to have sleepless nights thinking if they should take on me or not. So that's basically the motivation for me. And in between it, I started loving the results I'm getting. I started looking better as a person, how I feel, which still boils down to what you asked earlier. It helped me as a man, the self-confidence and the whole masculinity thing. And, I just gained a lot of confidence as a person. I became bold. I could easily walk into a space with no fear at all, right? I could walk into any room. I could walk anywhere at all with no scare because I've worked on myself over time, dedication, consistency. Yeah, which the job is not done yet. Yeah, we keep working and we keep getting better. But that's basically it for me. I got bullied as a kid, and I just said I wasn't going to be that man that would be scared of people when he's grown. Rather, people should be scared of me when I walk past. So that's basically it for me. So that's like the whole motivation between behind me being a gym coach, a fitness coach, and any other thing that comes, the benefit that comes with working out and hitting the gym. Yeah,
So the first point of view of being the gym was to try to be that dangerous man because you want to make people feel fear. I totally agree with you because
yeah, because I was bullied when I was much younger, right?
yeah,
So I didn't want to be that man anymore. Yeah,
because in the basic life, so when people see something strange, people say, "What the fuck is that?" But if people see
exactly.
you like normal, you look like everybody, people gonna start take you for granted. They're gonna start take you for everybody. I really agree with what you're saying. So I think so. In
Yeah,
this generation, we need more dangerous men who capable just to make people feel fear, not by talking, not by violence, because you
yeah,
have that violent side in you and not really use it against people. But when people see
exactly.
you show up in the room, people are supposed to feel different kind of vibration.
Yeah.
Okay. The next questions will be: do you feel like masculinity are dying today, or if you feel masculinity is dying today, what is the reason you feel that masculinity is dying, or you feel that we're still in hope, so masculinity probably not dying? Maybe we just have a quantity of percentage of men that don't really know how to act like a real masculine man. They need a teacher like you, or you feel that the entire masculinity is dying.
I think it swings both ways, yeah. Um, so it's safe to say that it's like a 50-50. Yeah. Some will agree that the whole masculinity thing is dying. Some would also say that the whole, men trying to be more masculine is actually getting at the speak. Yeah, because this side of the world, men are embracing what it feels like to be more um masculine, so masculinity in the sense that people have this sense of responsibility, not just based off, the muscle pump and probably the aesthetics, how you look and how ripped or how bulked you are. So, the word masculinity can actually be it can be used in different contexts, yeah. So masculinity in the sense that people are beginning to have some sense of responsibility. They are holding themselves accountable, yeah. They are taking ownership of what they should do and what they should not. And most men are actually learning how to be protectors, right? which I can also categorize under, in quotes, masculinity. Yeah. Like people are becoming more self-aware of who they are and trying to be a better version of what they are. Then, if I can relate that to in terms of fitness or going to the gym, like I said, this side of the world, men are actually embracing the culture of staying fit and being, because I mean you have to feel good for yourself before you can make another person feel good, right? Now, the same way men look out for women that are in shape, right? So women are also looking out for men that are in shape, right? So years back, so there's this saying over here, they'll be like, I'd rather have 6 cars than have 6 packs, right? I don't know if that makes sense. So some men would be like, oh, I'd rather have my 6 cars and have 6 packs, right? But guess what? Men are actually chasing both right now, right? They're chasing the 6 cars and they're chasing the 6 packs. Because I mean, what's the essence of having amassing so much wealth when you don't when you are not in good health to actually enjoy this, yeah? So people are beginning to think long term, longevity, and I think that also can be connected to the whole masculinity and men trying to be more masculine and you know, like I said earlier, be a better version of themselves. So it's not just about the muscle pumps or how bulked you are right now. So it's how mentally steady or stable are you, and the shift of a mindset and the mentality people use right now to like approach life and other things that concerns life in general. Yeah. So in conclusion, I'll say that masculinity is actually not dying, but it's actually like peaking and it's getting out to speak. Again, this side of the world is becoming a thing. I can't speak for, you know, other places I haven't been to, but yeah, this side of the world, people are beginning to identify and they are doing the needful to be that men that are relevant in the society. And that is what masculinity is all about.
Well, I really agree with you, but when I'm just like look at the society outside, so men especially, because women is another stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
all know that women are emotional, but men
Yeah,
we can't like let our emotion guiding us. So when a
sure.
woman makes something, she gonna say, "Oh, sorry," but we men we can't say sorry all the time.
Mm-mm. We can.
That say, okay, that's happened just probably because I wasn't at full control of it. The next time that I'm gonna be on that position, I'm gonna make better that not should happen anymore. So for us
Mhm.
men, the true life outside is like that. That's the same reason where they say men can talk. Because when men have trauma or men have problem, men have emotional problems, most of the time we don't call a lady just to say, hey lady, you know what's happened, so I have that hurt issues, I have that thing that happened with me, blah blah blah. We don't say that. Let's say that you have a situation, a hard problem, and someone probably have a gun on your head. They say, so you have 5 seconds to make the first call, and you have
All
two
right.
you have the option to call a lady. Oh, okay, let's say that you have the option to call your mom and your dad.
Okay.
Which one will you call first?
Hmm. I think I'll call my mom.
By your mom.
She'll, I mean, she'll be quick to pick, and I mean, but my dad might be busy with business,
Okay,
and he'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna call him back."
I, I, I got your point, but let me reframe the question
Yeah.
in a logic way just for you to understand better.
Okay.
Let's say that someone have a gun on your head
All
and
right.
I'm your best friend and you have your girlfriend. So which one will you call first in the case
I'm
of
co of course I'm calling my homie. Yeah, I'm gonna call my homeboy. Like,
yeah,
hey,
because
fam, I'm
because
in a tight situation.
yeah, because in
Yeah.
most of time the lady gonna tell you be a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why your girlfriend gonna tell you be a nice guy, so try to be cool. But women we're gonna say So do you see something around? So can you tell me what do you have around? So we're gonna try to act. This is the same reason that I try to
Yeah.
ask you if you feel that masculinity still lose its value. Because if you just look at all the men that conquer the world, there was a group of men with another group of men that sit and they talk. They say that we're gonna take the shit of them people. So we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
go over there, we're gonna take them people shit, and we're gonna feel proud, we're gonna feel with more power, and they're gonna cry for sure, but we're gonna feel better. So in
Mm-hmm.
all the entire life, even right now, life still be like that. So you have that guy that operate into the shadow that you probably not see, and you have systems that you follow that you not even understand. So you have all that tools that create for you. You have ChatGPT that against you. You have TikTok. You have Instagram. Bunch of stuff just to make you feel addicted. So the more addiction that you have in your life, the more you lose your masculinity. So that is one of
Yeah.
the reasons that most people can't like face today. So they don't go to the effect, and in the time you have access to the effect, you may find the cause. What that happened? So most of people don't investigate, and in the time that you don't be observing the situations, so you're gonna end up by paying the price. Am I right on the on that?
Yeah, you are 100. You're 100.
Yeah. When you feel that you're exercising better.
It all depends, some days, the energy is low, some days your energy is high. But what really matters is like you showing up and staying committed to the cause, right? So it's safe to say that it depends. So if I'm stressed, I still get the work done, right? But I might not be as, let me use the word here, I might not get to train at a very high intensity or much volume when I'm stressed compared to when I'm like more relaxed and I'm at ease with myself, right? I get to do more, but the bottom line is the mindset and the mentality is already there. Stressed or relaxed, I show up, and that, you know all that really matters. You're committed to the game, and you give it everything that you have at every given time that you get to show up.
What a strong mindset mean for you? What is really a strong mindset?
A strong mind, in my own definition, when, like to say to be a man is the one, your self-will, because I feel like as a man, you should have a mind of your own, right? You shouldn't be moved by what you hear or by what you see others do, right? You should have a mind of your own, and that's self-will. So that's the first thing for me. If I'm to say that you're a strong man or you have a strong will or a strong mind as a man, self-will, nothing should break you, right? You should have your principles, the things you believe in, and what you'd work with, right? Then, thirdly, I would say you have to be a man with a direction and purpose, right? You shouldn't go with the wave and you shouldn't move with the flow. You should have a direction. You should have a structure and what you want to do for yourself. Yeah. So basically, self-will, have a purpose, have a direction, and above all, have principle that you live by that I don't know, it might take, I don't know, your religion, but yeah, it might take just God
I'm a
to
Muslim.
break that.
I'm a
All
Muslim.
right, okay. Okay, so it's safe to say, oh, it has to take just Allah, yeah, to
Yeah.
break that. Exactly. So that's basically it, yeah. Self-will, purpose, principle that you live by, and nothing except Allah or God can break that.
There is that knowledge also just to know how to doing things. So be strong is one case, and know how to dealing with the stress, with the problems is another stuff. Because I may say, okay, I feel positive. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. And hours after, I don't feel the same energy. Or I probably say,
Hmm.
oh, I'm gonna do that for myself. And hours after, I don't feel the same thing. But for you, what is the one way that we must have that you feel that necessary for people that people will need? when that problem coming, the trauma coming, to dealing with it. So what knowledge you feel that people need just to dealing with hard situations?
But there's a saying that um, motivation can only get you started with a thing, yeah? But discipline, commitment, and dedication keeps you in the game, right? So motivation is a thing, motivation is the starter, right? Then commitment, dedication, and consistency, that's what keeps you in it. So for me, most of the times where I feel, my lowest and I'm probably struggling with things, and also it's a good thing to surround yourself with like minds, yeah, like minds, men that have not necessarily the same perception to life with you, but you guys' vision or train of thoughts most times align, right? So if you have like minds surrounding you and being in your space, those moments where you feel your lowest, I think there's a way they could actually uplift you. For example, let's say we're in the same space and I already know that I know your stand when it comes to masculinity and being showing up and all. There's no way that will be my lowest, and you will be like, "Then yo, bro, you have to get your ass up, right? You can't be stuck in here forever." You get, but if I'm not rolling with people that share the same mindset with me, I can be my lowest, and what would they do? They'll make me feel sober, right? They won't give me the helping hand that I need. They won't give me that that hand to hold to pull me out from my darkest space, right? So that's one of the things I advise men to do. Have people that think same way as you. Like again, not necessarily the same way, but they have the same perception with you. I'm a gym person. I feel like the people in my space not necessarily should go to the gym, but they should appreciate being fit. Yeah. Because fitness, not necessarily going to the gym to lift weights. It might be soccer, it might be swimming, it might be running. You get? So they should have something that the value that they hold dear that you all share in common, right? So I think that's number one thing you should do. And secondly, the materials you consume, yeah, like let's say for example, I love music a lot, and I have a particular artist that I actually listen to, and the reason why I do because I can relate to most of the things that he says in the songs, right? And so whenever I'm down and probably my homies are not around, I could easily get my pods on and I listen to these people because I also say that the things you listen to is a reflection of who you are,
Yeah.
right? The kind of informations you consume is a reflection of who you are, right? So, and I also say that we have like two gateways actually, our eyes and our ears, yeah. These are the gateways to the soul, yeah. So you have to protect them with everything that you have, all right? So one, the things you listen to, what do you listen to? What do you view when you're alone? So, I mean, you can't be in your lowest and you're in a dark space and you skip life transformation podcast you should listen to, and you are caught up in one triple X site, and you are, and you're watching some ladies twerking and clapping the cheeks and all that. So, I mean, that would do you no good, right? But if have like podcasts and likes, people like yourself, myself that people get to follow, and you listen to what we do, that would also help you you listen to life-changing podcasts, you read motivational books, books that actually that can translate to real life situation because there are some books that people just read because they want to read, right? So you should be very intentional with the things you consume. Like I said, protect the gateways, your eyes, your ears, right? Protect them at all costs and feed them right. Because when you don't do that, the brain gets to suffer. And when the brain suffers, then masculinity gets to die. And that's it brings us back to the question you asked. If masculinity is at its peak of death or if it's still something that is on the rise.
Definitely, I really agree with what you're saying. So when it comes to the point that you need people that maybe not have the same vision how you do, but people that kind of go in the same line with you. So that's
Yeah.
true. That's really true because we are energy. So you vibrated in some way, and the people that you have on your circle have different kind of vibration. But let's say that if,
Yeah, true.
if you got people who only drink alcohol, so you only go to the gym. You can't be friends with that people because in the time that you're gonna say, stop drinking, bro. The guy gonna
Hmm.
say you drink. So that's two things different. And
Exactly.
yeah, I think so. Sometimes in life you just need to kind of move because move for a purpose. Sometimes life is like when you go to the next level, you're gonna start like looking the people on the first level, and you're gonna thinking that you and the people on the first level can have the same connection. So I think so it's pretty clear, and we need people that think differently. We need people that can support us when it comes from advice, not just for money, because when you talk about support, there are a lot of people that zoom the situation. You see today everybody are selfish, so you
Hmm.
don't see like a true conversation between each people. I remember like years ago when you used to go to a bus station, when you used to go to any places where you find people, so you will find that on the past life conversation was easy, but today conversation is really hard because everybody on the cell phone, everybody do their own, but everybody
Yeah.
think that they move forward where they don't do nothing. So we have that hard life today where people can't control the mindset, and the same reason of not be able just to control the mindset make them feel stress, make them feel a lot of anxiety, make them feel that life is buried. In the time that you'll be able just to observing situation, you'll be able just to controlling, you'll be able just to asking questions because most of the issues that you have on your life come from you. And if you
Hmm.
asking question why that happened, probably I'm the reason of that situation. Probably that
True.
person that I have next door is not the reason why I'm suffering. But you have like people nowadays that say, okay, if I'm suffering, that's the government. If I'm suffering, that's my family. I'm
Hmm.
suffering, that no, most of the time it's not properly that. Most of the time it's most about what I did to be that version of myself. I think so. People
True.
are supposed to be more observing. And when it come again to a point where you say that we're supposed to surround ourselves with good people, good energy, that is a fact.
Yeah.
That is something that I'm doing. I understand what you're talking about, and I know the result also. So, which is
Hmm.
very important. But I don't want to take you too long, man. So
All
I'm
right.
ask you two questions that is very important for me.
Okay.
So when it's come to your point of view, what you understand about dealing with women in today's society, what you understand about that. So do you feel that to have a woman, you're supposed to go get the bag first, get the physique first, get everything
Mm.
first, or you think that you can have the woman and try to conquer the other stuff?
Yes, I'm going to answer this in a very um I'm going to answer in a very simple way. I'm going to make it as easy as possible. Yes, the society believes for you to be in a relationship, you have to have it all. You like you said, you have to have the body, you have to have the bag, you have to have the double B, the body and the bag, right?
Yeah.
And most men have actually lived with that for the longest, right? And women, on the other hand, they don't kind of make it easy for men because I mean, the society or the world we live in most likely looks like everything is transitional. So it's really hard to find the real one. But what I would say with regards with that is it swings both ways, yeah. So there is no manual to how this works, yeah. So what works for me might definitely not work for you, right? So in that notion, it's safe to say that it's a personal thing, yeah. So because I feel that how you position yourself or what you think of yourself is what you become, right? So if you have at the back of your mind that I need to put some things in place before this happens, the universe might probably work with that, right?
Yeah.
But if you think of yourself that I can have it all, yeah, I could have the good lady, I could have the bag, I could have the money, I could have the body, it works, right? So you don't have to restrict yourself and think that, okay, let me keep this on the side while I chase this. Of course, you can juggle both at the same time, but at the same time, you have to look out for some qualities. Yeah, there's some women that you see, you already know that this person is a keeper. Yeah, she's a partner, she's a team play, yeah, or a team player. You get me? She's a companion. Yeah. Then there's some ladies that you come across, you know that, oh, this is actually a short-term thing, yeah. So you need to use your discretion to say, "Oh, okay, I'm keeping this. I'm gonna invest in this. Yeah, I'm gonna let her know that this is the direction I'm moving. Yeah. Then if she aligns with what you are doing at the time, if she's bringing value, if she's bringing support, yeah, if she sees your vision, because sometimes you might think that we have figured it out, but you might have this woman in your life that will see what you're not seeing. Because you know what they say about ladies, they are mostly more observant than we are, because they can multitask and they can get couple of things done at the same time. So probably she might have been with you a couple of times and she might have seen where you are heading. Yeah, she have seen the potential and she wants to tap in. My bro, I think you should keep her. Yeah, you don't have to wait till you have the bag and you have it all. But then if she's not bringing the things I mentioned, I think it's safe to keep the women aside and focus on your growth. But it comes with a baggage because I mean, when you have the body and you have the bag, it becomes difficult to actually weed out the people that love you for you or they love you for what you have. So that's why I say that there is no manual to it, yeah. There is no it's not a one-way thing. What works for you might probably not work for me, and what works for me might probably not work for you. So just keep an open mind, align your stars with the universe, and hope and pray that everything works so fine.